one. It's about time.
Welcome back, everyone. 13 after the hour, and time for us to go behind the headlines for an interesting case in cyberspace going on between Facebook and the Drug Enforcement Administration. It's been reported on CNN Money and other outlets that Facebook has sent a letter to the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration demanding that agents stop impersonating users on the social network. This news comes as a shock to many Facebook users, many people in the marijuana community, who may have been unaware that the DEA and law enforcement were using fake Facebook profiles in order to ensnare cannabis consumers. Recently, Facebook made a change that requires users to use their real names. And I've had a number of my listeners who have disappeared from Facebook telling me that they had to cancel their Facebook accounts, that Facebook was making them quit. One of them, our friend Pookie from Ohio, they made her kill her Pookie Facebook account because it wasn't her real name. So this is something that Facebook users have been aware of, and apparently it also applies to law enforcement. It all derives from the case of a woman named Sandra Arquette, and she was busted in a conspiracy, a drug trafficking ring. And according to the authorities, according to the DEA, she was arrested in 2010 and was part of a cocaine distribution ring. She pled guilty and she got probation. And part of that was that she cooperated and became an informant for the DEA and, basically ratted out some of the other people in the cocaine conspiracy. So the cops, the DEA, took her cell phone and used her cell phone to create a fake profile for her on Facebook. And on that fake profile, even uploaded photos with her and her son, and another photo of her alone in her bra and panties. Right? So Facebook's posting these not safe for work selfies of the lady, pretending to be her to ensnare other drug users, other people that might be out there. So the DEA is being sued now. Sandra is suing the DEA, but the Justice Department is backing up the DEA, of course, saying that the federal agents have the right to do such things. According to the legal filings, the federal prosecutor says, quote, she implicitly consented by granting access to the information stored in her cell phone and by consenting to the use of that information to aid in an ongoing criminal investigation. But that's a far cry. Giving someone the right to look through your cell phone is more of a passive receiving of information. What the DEA has done here is actively pushed information into the public. And to me, that seems like quite a different thing. And it does as well to privacy researcher Runa Sandvik. She's an advisor for the Freedom of Press Foundation, and she said it this way. It's one thing to strike a deal and become an informant. It's another to lose complete control of your online identity. Quote, isn't this the definition of identity theft? End quote. And exactly. And this is something where our laws are quite behind our technology, as they usually are when we're dealing with information technology. It's not quite the same. We just recently had a Supreme Court case that decided that cops had to get a warrant to search through our cell phones. Prior to that, cops were able to, if they had arrested you, to take your cell phone, and if you didn't have a swipe pattern or a password, to just start rifling through your cell phone, finding out who all your contacts were, looking through all your emails, looking through all your text messages, looking at your photos, and so forth. And the justices rightly decided that this isn't like just finding let's say a notebook with drug proceed information written on it when you go and search someone, right? Your cell phone is you. It's your life. It's your very identity. And they said that's a higher bar you have to clear, legally speaking, if you want to search through that. I should think that our online profiles and our online identities would be the same way. Technically, the way the laws have been written, it might just be information retrieval and a bunch of bits and bytes on a machine. But functionally speaking, what our online profiles and identities are the representations of us in cyberspace. They are us. And Facebook seems to agree. In the letter from Facebook, they have said, this is Security Officer Joe Sullivan, the top chief security guy at Facebook, says, quote, The DEA's deceptive actions threaten the integrity of our community. Using Facebook to impersonate others abuses that trust and makes people feel less safe and secure when using our service. End quote. The letter also goes on to tell tell the DEA that they need to shut down any other of these accounts that they may be using and promise that they won't be doing it again. We've got a copy of the letter from Facebook. It is available online through the CNN Money link. And just reading through it, they point out that they talk about the Let's see. Moreover, our terms and community standards, which the DEA agent had to acknowledge and agree to when registering for a Facebook account, expressly prohibits the creation and use of fake accounts. Quote, claiming to be another person, creating a false presence for an organization, or creating multiple accounts undermines community and violates Facebook terms. Quote, you will not provide any false personal information on Facebook or create an account for anyone other than yourself without permission. Quote, you will not post content or take any action on Facebook that infringes or violates someone else's rights or otherwise violates the law. Quote, you will not use Facebook to do anything unlawful, misleading, malicious, or discriminatory. Now, I really hope that this has some effect, but practically speaking, I don't know what it could. What is the DEA going to be worried that Facebook's going to slap them on the wrist? That maybe the DEA agents